get that. Let me see it. Okay, so it says to mail it to Carvana LLC. Let me look it up. All right, so this title is apparently issued on October 31st, and it shows it being in the name of Carvana LLC. Then down below there is a transfer from Blanchester Auto LLC signed, but then it has Carvana. So apparently Carvana is the owner of the vehicle.
Right.
Okay, not Mr. Will.
From seeing that, I agree, Your Honor.
Okay.
I didn't know that title existed until I walked in the courtroom here.
Well, this is a Montana title. Was there ever an Ohio title?
It's my understanding it was titled to a Jonathan Will out of Thornville, Ohio, with a registration expiring in June of 25, which flies in the face of that because that says Carvana acquired it in 24.
Well, did you check to see if there's is that title still active in Ohio?
So that registration expired in June of 25.
The registration for the license.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if that title is still active in Ohio or not, Your Honor.
Do you know anything about that, Ms. Mary?
I do not.
Well, the problem we have right now is this title shows that they sold it to Carvana.
Mm-hmm.
And so Carvana would have to be the company that you contact to get this title issued. I can't order them to title to you because they're not a party to this action.
Okay.
They have to be notified and given an opportunity to respond. Because this was just titled. When did you buy this car? November of 24.
Yes.
All right, so he sold it to Carvana. It looks like, or Blanchester Auto.
Or is it the other way around? Did he acquire it from Carvana?
Well, see, and that's what's confusing.
Right.
It says seller completes an ink, and it's filled out Blanchester Auto as registered above the vehicle. So I think this title may not be valid.
Right.
Yeah, I think that I think you're right. I think they filled it out incorrectly.
Yes.
Because on the back, it's the first dealer insurer reassignment, and a Devera Burns, looks like, on behalf of them, signed it to transfer it, but it's a blank title. But the problem is the title's in the name of Carvana,
Right.
according to this. So what they've done is they're trying to transfer title from Carvana directly over to you, which they don't have the authority to do. Yeah, I see here there is on the bottom, there's a Cassidy Knowling agent, Carvana LLC. And there's a signature of first owner, CU. I don't know what that means, or maybe it's a CV. It's out of Hamilton County, Indiana. But the bigger problem we have right now, I think, Miss Marion, is that Ohio, there's an active Ohio title. So what I'm going to do is I'll continue this, and you'll need to contact Carvana and see if you can find out who this Devera D. Burns is. She's the agent for them, apparently. And yeah, because see, this form says all owners must sign. Additional owners are listed to the right of the first owner above. Well, Blanchester's not listed there. And so Carvana Carvana should have been on the first line, and it's not. So, yeah, this, I can't grant the order on this. What I can do is give you 60 days for a report, and if you don't have any other information that would allow transfer, I'll have to dismiss the case. But more importantly, you got to find out about this Ohio title. And if you have a registration number or anything you can give her, Mr. King, that shows what the title number of that vehicle is, because I'm concerned that there's an Ohio title and a Montana title, which makes you think maybe it's been stolen or something, or somebody's done something, I don't know.
Looks like all I have is I have a VIN number.
Well, if you could check and get the title number from the clerk's office and give that to her so that she could try to track that down. But because I need to know if that title is an active title or if it was perhaps transferred from Mr. Thorne to Carvana. Maybe what happened is, since this Carvana is out of Montana, is maybe Mr. Thorne sold it on Carvana to Blanchester, and Carvana got the title in their name, and then never in turn sold it or transferred it to Bland, and Blanchester is trying to jump the titles with what I think may be happening there, which would not be that's not unusual. That's the biggest problem we run into in these cases, where they do what they call jump title, where they buy a vehicle, they don't put it in their name, because if they do, then they've got to pay the sales tax and transfer fees. So then they just want to sell it to the next person and then have the title go from the person they bought it to directly there. So they do what they call a blank endorsement, which is what you have there. There's no buyer's name on the back for you to get transferred, and that's really not legal. But it happens all the time, and that's why we end up having this procedure where I can't order it done. But we're going to have to find out what's going on, because if that title is open and still in force, it doesn't look like it. I mean, that title is newer.
Right.
But you're going to have to find out, try to find out what's going on. So I'd like to grant it, but, at this point I can't. There was also mention of a lien, but I don't see anything noted on the lien that she has, on the title she has.
Right.
But you said there was one on the Ohio title?
I didn't complete this reply, Ms. Collins did, but I'm sure when she looked into it, that's what she discovered.
Okay. Well, if you would see what you can find out and give her the information, and let her see if she can find a legwork. But if we can determine that Thorne transferred it to Carvana, and Blanchester ended up with it, Carvana has signed that Montana title.
Right.
So under that, I can probably grant it, as long as there's the Ohio title is no longer active.
Right.
So it's interesting how it ended up going from Thornville, which is over in eastern Ohio, to Montana and then back down here. That's strange. So I don't know anything about Carvana. I know people bought stuff from Carvana. Had another case. The only 2 times I've had a Carvana experience, they were both bad for the buyers. The one from Canada that Dalton Thomas bought and then sold. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll give you 60 days, and I'll give you 60 days to file a report. Just whatever you have to find out after talking with Mr. King, and do some paper, and if they can find out that title is been transferred to Carvana to Montana, then I think I'm okay to grant the petition.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please rise.